What up, y'all? The Nightreign giving you my 200 sub special, and it is a martial arts analysis on Artorias the Abyss Walker. In this video, I will accomplish 3 things. The first thing is that I will use lore notes and game observations in order to develop speculations on how Artorias' iconic moveset was developed. Secondly, I will recreate his martial arts as best as I can in real life. And finally, I will put my own spin to his moves to make a more serviceable moveset for a real-world sword fight. If you like this type of content, as well as dinosaurs, remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications. After I reach 250 subs, I will start doing moveset recreations that my subscribers have requested. So please send your ideas. Already, I have had suggestions for the God Eater and Dragon's Dogma series, so it will be what I'm going to work on next. Anyway, back to the video. Let's start by looking at Artorias here. Based on the designs of his armor sets, specifically looking at the gauntlets, it is most likely that Artorias was originally a Silver Knight in service of the Lord of Sunlight Gwyn. He proved himself to be an exceptionally powerful warrior and probably received customized weapons and armor as a result of this. While the game states that Artorias was unmatched with a greatsword, relative to his size and not that of the player character, his weapon is not a true greatsword, but it is rather a hand-and-a-half sword. This means that his weapon was designed for both one- and two-handed uses. His great shield is a weapon art shield in Dark Souls 3, which provides some evidence that Artorias was able to switch between one-hand and two-handed fighting styles with ease. However, this is not all of his capabilities. Based on the multitude of Artorias greatsword variations, Sith's soul description, unique power stancing in Dark Souls 2, and the Old Wolf curved sword, it is highly likely that Artorias had more than one sword in his possession, and may have opted to dual wield at some point. I do not believe that Artorias was solely a left-handed swordsman, but it is quite possible and more likely that he was an ambidextrous one. Now onto the moveset itself. Some of Artorias' thrusting moves bear similarities to those found on Silver Knights, and his Abyss Goose Slap may actually be him trying to do a shield bash, which supports the possibility that Artorias was originally a Silver Knight, so part of his martial arts training derives from these types of knights. However, Artorias is said to be the creator of the wolf-style school of swordsmanship. This martial art is described in-game as being reminiscent of a wolf on a hunt. Wolves hunt through moving in quickly to land devastating blows on prey, and then they move out of harm's way when the prey tries to fight back. It is unclear whether this style was inspired by Artorias watching wolves, or if onlookers themselves drew these comparisons. Regardless, this style is very effective in allowing Artorias to combat far larger prey than himself. This was most likely used against dragons when he fought them in the past. Aspects of the wolf style includes many of his rolls, sweeps, and jumping maneuvers. The last part of his moves I would like to talk about is his infamous somersaults. There are 2 possible explanations I have for this. One could be that they are a product of him being possessed by the Abyss, as it seems that a lot of the enemies that channel the darkness into their fighting techniques start to gain hardcore parkour movesets. Except for Rain, he's the exception. Another, more enduring possibility could be that Artorias learned it from the Ring Knight that has the paired Ultra Great Sword. Based on Artorias' cut dialogue, unlike most of his divine race, he does not seem to have a deep-seated fear or even a hatred for humanity, so I would not put it past him that he learned how to do these flip techniques from early humans when he fought side by side with them against the dragons. But anyway, without further ado, let's get on with the recreations. Hope you enjoy. Now with the recreation out of the way, let's break down the practicality of his moveset. From the get-go, I must say that the principle of Artorias' martial art itself is spot on. In my martial art, which is the Lichtenhauer school of fencing, without getting into the overall technical aspects of it, we are taught to seek advantageous positioning through dominating the opponent with offensive pressure, and to then force the opponent on the defensive. If at all we feel that we find ourselves in a disadvantageous position, we are supposed to back off and only come back to engage when we have acquired the advantageous position. This philosophy has parallels to the core ideas of the wolf-style arts. Unfortunately, outside of this, Artorias is largely unrealistic in how he fights. He does a lot of spins, flips, and overswings, which would get him severely injured or killed in fights. It looks cool though, but it's not overall very effective. To give him the benefit of the doubt though, I'd chalk a lot of this up to him being accustomed to fighting larger opponents and or possibly the Abyss corrupting him. Outside of this, it is not too hard to make the moves more practical. All I have to do is remove the flips, spins, and twirls or whatever I need to remove, and pretty much it's fine. So yeah, I'll just leave you with the rest of the creations I have here, and see you all with the next one. Bye.